Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode number 7 of the Game Nights audio podcast. I am Swag, and of course, I am joined by K-Wing.
Hey, what's up, gamers and listeners? The lucky number 7. This should be a really awesome show, because we got a special guest.
We do. We have a very special guest with us today. We have Garrett Bittner Jr., who is an associate producer on the game Don King Boxing for Wii. Thank you for being here with us today, Garrett.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So let's. We are going to forego the news and all that good stuff because we are going to jump right in and talk with Garrett about this game called Don King Boxing. And first of all, I want to say thank you for not just creating another Wii Sports clone. I know that both K-Wing and I are very sick of the Wii Sports clones.
Yes, we are.
No, I mean certainly. I mean what we really tried to do when we sat down and started working on this game is we wanted to give users a really boxing experience, an accurate and more of a simulation boxing experience, but still a rewarding one. I mean, like any other boxing game, you can just sort of hop in and start throwing punches how it feels natural, and you'll still have fun. But if you want to, you can, and it's certainly worth it to like dig deeper and actually start thinking about real boxing mechanics and real boxing strategies when you're playing the game.
Now, is that where the Wii balance board comes into play?
Sure. Yeah. We from the very beginning we wanted to support the Wii balance board because we thought it could provide that extra layer of depth for the game and of immersion. So what you can do with the Wii balance board while you're playing our game is that you can lean left or right, and your character in the game will lean left or right with you, and you can dodge punches, and you can throw punches while you're leaning, which is it really helps you get into the action because you can sit there dodging and weaving just like a real boxer would.
Well, cool. And I also think that's one of the great things about the game is that this is a game that is made, specifically for Wii, and so using the balance board and everything. So it is not a port. I mean, that these days, saying the word port is almost a very dirty word. That's one thing that people do not want to hear is that your game is ported to Wii from, say, the 360 or PS3.
Yeah, and that's again from the outset. That's one of the things we wanted to do. We looked and we developed this game for both the DS and the Wii, but on both platforms we looked very heavily at what the platform offers in terms of controls, in terms of experience, and we really took advantage of those. And while we did reuse some of the assets from our previous game, we really tried to focus in on providing the user a new experience and a unique experience.
Right.
And it really is not a port. I mean, it's a fresh new game about boxing on the Wii, and I think that's one of the things we did really well is just liven up this experience and bring it to the Wii platform and take advantage of everything that Wii has to offer, because it's such a visceral experience to have that Wii remote and the nunchuck in your hands and be throwing punches and we just wouldn't do the topic justice if we just took the same experience on a 360 and gave it to you on the Wii. And so, we implemented Wii balance board support. We implemented this new training mode where you can hop in and do a lot of the exercises that a real boxer would while he's training for his game and really get into the experience of being a boxer.
Great. Is there an actual story element to the game at all?
Yes, so you have, you can hop in and just sort of box with your friends or box against the AI anytime you want to, but we do have a career mode where you start off as a boxer named The Kid, nicknamed The Kid, and you go through his story as a rise from a nobody in a local gym to where he gets known, and he starts winning some fights, and then all of a sudden Don King takes notice and becomes his promoter, and then just sort of rises up the ranks and eventually becomes world champion.
Excellent. So can you fix fights in this game?
No, unfortunately, you can't.
I'm just kidding.
Or not unfortunately, really. Yeah, I mean that's not a great part of boxing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we really wanted to bring what was best about boxing to the table, and I think we did that.
Excellent. Well, that's great.
I'm looking forward to reviewing it.
Yes, I'm sending the copy of the game to K-Wing this week, and I know he's looking forward to playing the game. K-Wing, do you have any questions?
Fantastic.
Not off the top of my head. It's just so cool to have a guest, you know?
Yeah, well, you're actually our first guest. This is our 7th podcast, and so you have the honor of being our first guest. Thank you, Garrett. Right now, guys, be sure that you go to gotgame.com if you're not on there already and register to win a free copy of the game. I believe that we're changing out the contest tomorrow on Wednesday. So, get there, go and register to win your free copy of Don King Boxing right now on gotgame.com. Garrett, thank you so much for coming on the show and talking with us about your game. I know that we are both looking forward to playing it and talking about it next week.
Thanks very much,
Fantastic.
Garrett.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, thank you. Have a great day.
Yeah.
All right.
That was awesome.
Yeah. So thanks, Garrett. That was cool. Always nice to have. Always nice to talk to the producers. A while ago I used to do a newsletter for Got Game, which we're not really doing right now, but we did about 40 issues of that, and I had to interview somebody from the industry every single week. So I did some like 40 odd interviews, just like all back to back to back to back. So, but it's always fun to talk to those guys.
Oh yeah. Get in their head and see what they're thinking.
Right.
Awesome.
All right. So now that we are done with our interview, it is time to move on to the news, and then we are going to get to the new releases with K-Wing, and we will follow up with the games that we are recently playing. So let's get on with the news.
News with swag.
All right. So biggest piece of news this week is a new Halo 3 map pack called the Mythic Map Pack. So I'm sure I don't need to tell most of you Halo 3 fans out there. I'm sure you've already logged on to Xbox Live and discovered this, but it's 800 points or $10. So for all you Halo 3 fanatics out there, get out there and download the Mythic Map Pack. I have to confess, I'm not a huge fan of the Halo series. I'm definitely an old school gamer, and Unreal Tournament is definitely my franchise of choice.
Yeah, now you're talking.
And by the way, I actually just saw at Target yesterday, they had Unreal Tournament 3 for PC on clearance for only $10. So if you're if you're a PC gamer and you have not picked up Unreal Tournament 3 yet, go to Target. It's on clearance for $10. You cannot beat that. It is such a great game.
Is that the one where you could do the rocket cheat where you'd shoot the bazooka down at your feet and propel you up in the air? Or was that Half-Life?
No, I think that was Half-Life that you're thinking of. I don't think that was Unreal Tournament. Next piece of news I have is that they just announced that there is going to be a Lego Rock Band game.
What?
I kid you not. I got this this morning. I only got this email about less than 2 hours ago. So this is hot off the press. Warner Brothers Interactive and TT Games are joining forces with the Lego Group, Harmonix, and MTV Games to merge two of the most popular video game franchises with the creation of Lego Rock Band. The unique, family-friendly music experience is currently in development by TT Games in partnership with Harmonix and published by Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment. The game, which will allow families, tweens, oh my gosh, they actually use the word tweens, families, tweens, and teens to experience a wild journey to rock stardom where they can build a band and rock the universe. This is obviously a press release that I'm reading because they always try to jazz it up with this kind of lingo. And it will be available for Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and Wii, and DS, which will probably be, it'll have to be the Lite since it's got that GBA port. and will be co-developed by TT Games and Harmonix, blah, 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 blah. And all versions are scheduled for release holiday of 2009. So before the end of the year, you can expect to see Lego Rock Band on all the consoles and DS.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. We actually have a double dose of Lego news this week. Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment just released details, box art, and new screenshots for the upcoming summer DS game, Lego Battles. And Lego Battles, which is developed by Hellbent Games, is based on 3 classic Lego toy themes: Lego Space, Lego Castle, and Lego Pirates, combining the trademark humor and endless customization of Lego. And it features 6 distinct storylines and 90 different levels. Players can build their own Lego bases and teams, mixing and matching units to create their own customized squad, choosing from 55 playable characters, face off on land, sea, or air using 30 different vehicles.